Bam! Bam! My peoples. My peoples. Welcome to another episode of Boxing for Breakfast, where you get your healthy dosage of sweet science early in the morning. Y'all know what it is, man. This Saturday morning, of course, we talking boxing. But first of all, man, let me just say thank you, God, for giving us another day, my peoples. Listen, if you woke up, if you breathing, this is a beautiful day, my peoples. Beautiful day to be alive. Beautiful day to be enjoying the sweet science like we're about to this morning. Let me kick this thing off by saying salute to those who already tuned in. Side in the building. First one, Mr. Ko, Toy Mafia, John Parham, my peoples. My peoples, I'm debunking. I am debunking the made of narratives about this fight. I'm gonna have to let some people have it. When you make stuff up out of thin air talking to Jay Smith, you're gonna find out. We're gonna let you know that you was making stuff up out of thin air. So I'm gonna clear it up. Make sure everybody understand what's really going down. Mr. Ko, always blessed to see the sun rise. Whoa, my brother. Whoa, my G. We blessed. We blessed. We lucky. Thank you. Yes, sir. We're gonna kick this show off with Jerome Boots Ennis and Virgil Ortiz. Are we going to get this fight? Right now, my peoples, this fight is kind of in the air to where we don't know for a fact that it's going to happen. But I got to say, there's a lot of people, there's fans floating around fake narratives about why this fight is in the air and about what's actually going on. So I'm here to tell you what is going on. And I'll start off by saying this. This fight may still happen. It may. But it's not guaranteed that it will. So let me just say this. In yesterday's episode of Boxing for Breakfast, there were people saying that Virgil was leaving Golden Boy because he wanted Oscar to ask for less money so they could make the fight. Now, have you ever heard of somebody say, nah, ask for less money so we can make this fight? I'm pretty sure you never heard that in your life. But that's what fans were saying yesterday. No, Virgil's only leaving Golden Boy because he want Oscar to ask for less money so that they can make this fight. Which, if you think about it, it makes no sense. But if you want to support Virgil, if you want to back Virgil, that's a good storyline for you. Even though it made no sense, but that's something that you could rock with. Even though deep down inside, you might already know, damn, I'm full of shit, man. This don't make no sense. A fighter telling their promoter, ask for less money or I'm leaving you. That doesn't really make sense. And for those of you who watched yesterday's episode of Boxing for Breakfast, there was people saying, nah, Jay, respectfully, you got to watch more videos. I'm an analyst, my peoples. I'm a fan of the sport, too. Don't get it twisted. I'm a fan just like you guys. But I'm also an analyst. It's not about watching more videos. That's what fans do. Fans watch a bunch of videos, and then you pick the ones that you like, and you hold on to that one. Yesterday, somebody told me, the Hydro Grind told me yesterday, nah, because Robert Garcia said it. Well, Robert Garcia is in Virgil's team. Why would you expect Robert Garcia to say anything else? Robert Garcia is supposed to talk on his fighter's behalf. So if you want to see what's going on, Robert Garcia is not going to tell you, oh, well, Virgil's ducking. You ever seen a trainer say, well, yeah, my guy's ducking? Nah, you ain't never seen that. It's just never gonna happen. John Parent, why you always on Hydra neck? Oh, I'm waiting for him to show up this morning. He cooked. This morning he cooked. Referencing Robert Garcia. Because I want you to think about it. And I made that example yesterday. Does anyone ever say, yo, McDonald's got the best fries? And how do you know they got the best fries? Because McDonald's said they got the best fries. Does that really make sense? So, you're really gonna pull up and reference Robert Garcia to say what's going on in this fight. And tell me, oh, you gotta watch more video. I gotta watch more Robert Garcia video to know? No. When you're an analyst, you know exactly what. There's people that I talk privately, but you also have to know what to watch. The real King George, Hydra's hiding in his mom's basement. So look, I'm going to debunk. It was the Hydro grind, but it was somebody else. Who was it, my people, that was like, nah, Jay, respectfully, you got to watch more video. Who was it? Oh, I think it was Ricardo. Ricardo May. Nah, the Hydro grind, he about that smoke. He going to show up. He going to show up for sure. So watch this, my peoples. I'm going to debunk him. And then when he comes back, I'll debunk him again. It was Ricardo, yeah. I'm going to debunk Ricardo, too. Ricardo was the first one to say, nah, you got to watch more video. Oh, my God, the goofballery in that statement. I'm going to show you guys. And you may recall that yesterday, I spoke to you about Virgil Ortiz trying to leave Golden Boy. Wants to leave Golden Boy because he don't want to fight Jerome Boots Ennis. I told you guys this yesterday. But I'm going to prove it to you right now. Right now, I'm going to prove it to you. Javier Hernandez Ortiz will have a tough fight. However, he will win. If you feel that way, cool. I'm telling you, Jerome Boots Ennis will beat the shit out of him. And that's why he don't want to fight him. But I'm going to prove it to you, Javier. Don't say anything, because if you say anything, what I'm about to show you, you're going to end up cooking yourself. So before you cook yourself, watch this. I'm going to show it and I'm going to read it. Watch this. Watch this. The Virgil Ortiz Jr. versus Jerome Boots Ennis fight is officially on hold after a federal judge granted Golden Boy Promotions a temporary restraining order. The court battle centers on whether Ortiz became a free agent when Golden Boy's DAZN deal expired in December 31st. What does that mean? In case you're not understanding it. Oscar's trying to make the fight, but Virgil Ortiz is saying, I'm a free agent. I'm out of here. I don't have to fight whoever you want me to fight. Is Virgil Ortiz trying to leave the contract? Is Virgil Ortiz trying to leave Golden Boy? Is Virgil Ortiz trying not to fight Boots? The fight could get made. So you see, the fake narrative about it was Boots that didn't accept an offer, that's a fake narrative. That's not, a legitimate offer was never made. And I told you guys, negotiations for fights are not carried out on social media. To those who were saying, nah, because, you know, they made an offer already. Oscar made an offer and Boots didn't take it. Negotiations do not get carried out on social media. I repeat that one more time for those who don't get that. Don't ever use a video on social media of a fighter or a promoter saying, we want this much or this percentage, to say that was the negotiation. It's not. It doesn't work that way. Negotiations, lawyers sit in a table, they go back and forth, they send contracts back and forth. They say, no, look, I don't like this contract, let's change this about it. No, I don't like that contract, let's change. And eventually they come to an agreement, and then you have a deal. So the notion that Boots turned down an offer that was already made, that's fake news. That never happened. A contract was never sent from Oscar De La Hoya. You know why? Because Virgil is trying to get out of his Golden Boy contract. So Javier Hernandez, I want you to reconsider your statement. You could feel like Virgil is going to win that fight. But I'm showing you, Virgil don't want that fight. Oscar De La Hoya is saying fight Boots, and Virgil saying, no, I'm a free agent. I want out of my contract. I'm a free agent. And now, this thing is in federal court. This situation is in federal court because Virgil Ortiz is suing to get out of his contract. What more do I need to show you? Marie, salute. Bam. Doing good this morning. Saturday, we talking boxing. It's a beautiful day. Wes does it. Peace, Jay Smith and Box Center peeps. Light activated. Appreciate you, Wes does it. So, I'm debunking the fake narrative from yesterday. Richard May, the Hydro Grind, came with the fake stories about Virgil wanting to leave Golden Boy because he wanted Oscar to ask for less money so they could make the Boots fight. I mean, just listen to it. It sounds like a fake narrative. Just listening to that shit. You ever seen a fighter tell their promoter, nah, ask for less money or I'm leaving? You never seen that in your life, my peoples. Never seen that in your life. Marie, we're going to be talking about that fight. We're going to be talking about that. You never seen that in your life. The real King George. Social media platform ruins celebrities' image because of hate. So, I want you guys to consider this. Right now, Virgil Ortiz versus Jerome Boots Ennis is all clinging on whether or not Virgil Ortiz is going to be able to leave Golden Boy. If he leave Golden Boy, he's not going to fight Boots. If he cannot leave his contract, if he's stuck on Golden Boy, he's going to fight Boots. So who you think is making the fight happen? Virgil or Oscar? Virgil trying to leave. He's trying to leave the company. And Oscar's trying to make the fight. So can't you see obviously who's trying to duck, who's attempting to duck? It's Virgil Ortiz, my peoples. It's plain and clear. Javier Hernandez. It means Golden Boy is not an efficient promoter besides, oh my God, Golden Boy is not an efficient promoter. Besides Virgil, must get more ducketless than 10 rounds. Virgil the victor. How exactly do you decide that Golden Boy is not an efficient promoter? How exactly? That doesn't even make sense, bro. They're not an efficient promoter because their contract expired with the zone. You do know that contract expired, right? You do understand that there's no such thing as a never-ending contract. So what you're doing, Javier Hernandez, is really, you're going to fight for Virgil Ortiz no matter what. You have that mindset. That's the difference between us, my guy. I'm not picking anybody. I'm not picking sides. I'm just looking at the facts. And the facts are that Virgil Ortiz is trying to leave Golden Boy. And Oscar De La Hoya is trying to make him fight Boots. Thus, Virgil is ducking. What you need to understand, Javier, is that I'm using facts to formulate an opinion. You're simply fighting for Virgil no matter what. You don't care about the facts. You don't care that it's Virgil trying to leave the contract. You don't care that it's Oscar saying, yo, fight Boots. You only care about fighting for Virgil. So you're like, Golden Boy is not an efficient promoter. What factual information did you use to decide that he's not an efficient promoter? What in this case tells you that Oscar's not an efficient promoter? No, what you're doing is you're being a Virgil Ortiz super fan and you're going to attack Oscar. It's Oscar's fault. Oscar's the one that's not an efficient promoter. What are you talking about? Oscar's trying to make his guy be the A-side, make his guy be the star, make the fight in Texas where Virgil is going to be the more popular fighter, but he's not an efficient promoter? There you have it right there. K-Biss, Ortiz, don't duck, no smoke. Well, he normally doesn't duck any smoke, but he's definitely ducking Jerome Boots Ennis. He's trying to duck Jerome Boots Ennis. Whether you want to accept it or not, the facts are out there. I'm showing you the facts. Oscar De La Hoya is trying to make the fight, and Virgil's like, nah, yo, I'm trying to get out of my contract. Where's the misunderstanding right here? Right now, this fight has already not been signed because Virgil doesn't want to fight. Virgil Ortiz does not want to fight Jerome Boots Ennis. What are you not understanding about that? The real King George. Oscar is trying to get the fight, but Virgil making it harder on Oscar to make it happen because he don't want to fight Jerome Boots Ennis. He literally, him and his team, they ducking Jerome Boots Ennis. It's obvious we're looking at it right there. Javier Hernandez, you do know the inside deals. Oscar wants to pay less. Virgil wants more. Javier, Oscar was trying to get 60-40 for Virgil. What are you talking about? Where are you getting this from? Look at this, Javier, so that you can see that when you're a super fan, you just make any argument that you think makes sense. Just yesterday, we have Virgil Ortiz fans saying, no, Virgil is saying, ask for less money so that we can get the fight done. And that's why he's leaving. And you're saying the opposite. Virgil wants more money. But where exactly did you get this? Look, Javier Hernandez, look. The truth does not match with the narrative that you're making up because you want to fight for Virgil. Look what it says right here in the second paragraph, bro. The court battle centers on whether Ortiz became a free agent when Golden Boy's DAZN deal expired on December 31st. There is nothing there that says he's asking for more money, bro. You're saying that because you make that shit up out of thin air. Anything to fight for Virgil. We need to fight for Virgil and just say anything. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that because you don't realize that you sound goofy as hell, my G. Where exactly did you get that Virgil wants more money and that's why it's not happening? You're making that shit up out of thin air. It's never been about the money. You have not seen Virgil saying, I want more money anywhere. You made it up out of thin air because you want to fight for Virgil. But look at the facts. He's trying to get out of his Golden Boy contract because he's saying that he's a free agent. He's saying, I don't have to fight who you want me to fight because I'm a free agent. So think about this. If Virgil successfully gets out of his Golden Boy contract, he will not fight Boots. If he stays in his Golden Boy contract, he's either going to have to fight Boots or you ain't fighting nobody. You're going to be inactive. I promise you that. If he stays in the Golden Boy contract, Oscar's going to make him, force him to fight Boots. Then what? Then what you going to say? K-Biz, Oscar ain't scared. It's that greedy Oscar. But again, family, you're talking about greedy Oscar. You're bringing up money. You guys are being super fans. And you're making stuff up out of thin air. The court case, Virgil Ortiz is not trying to get out of his contract over money. You're making stuff up out of thin air because all you want to do is fight for Virgil Ortiz. You want to fight for Virgil's honor. The case is not about money. Virgil's not saying, I want more money, I'm underpaid. He's not saying none of that. You super fans are saying it because you don't want to accept the reality. The case, look at the second paragraph. The court battle sentence on whether Ortiz became a free agent when Golden Boy's DAZN deal expired in December 31st. Virgil's not going to court for more money. Where you getting this from, bro? You making it up out of thin air. Just like the Hydro Grind yesterday was making it up out of thin air. We were like, no, Virgil's asking for less money so that they can make the fight because Oscar's asking for too much. Oscar literally asking for his guy to get 60-40. Literally asking for his guy to be the A side. Trying to make the fight in Texas where it's going to be Virgil's crowd. Oscar De La Hoya is literally doing everything to put Virgil in the driver's seat of this fight. But you guys, being super fans, you make it up out of thin air because you want to fight for Virgil no matter what. That's just the reality I'm showing you. Unlaced. Fanagers. Salute, my brother. Like, yo, come on, man. It's not even fanagers because they not trying to play managers. They just straight up making shit up out of thin air. Out of the blue. When I'm already showing you the evidence that this has absolutely nothing to do with money and everything to do with Virgil trying to get out of his Golden Boy contract. Now, here's the deal with that. I'm going to tell you because I don't know if he's going to sue successfully or not, right? I don't know that. But let me tell you what the deal is with that. Oscar De La Hoya signed a contract with Virgil Ortiz that it hasn't expired. That contract has, I don't know if it's 1 or 2 more years left, right? But under that contract, I guess Virgil was under the assumption that all of his fights would be on the zone, right? Well, when the Golden Boy, the zone contract expired on January 31st, he didn't say anything. It was all good. But when Oscar tried to say it's time to fight Boots, now he had a problem. Now he say, well, my contract expired and I'm a free agent. I don't got to fight him. What do you guys not see about that? Oscar saying fight Boots, Virgil saying I'm a free agent. I don't got to fight him. This shit is in federal court. It's literally in federal court, so you can look up the docket number, all the information on it. It has absolutely nothing to do with Virgil Ortiz wanting more money. Or wanting less money like the Hydro Grind said yesterday. You see how super fans be in shambles? You got one super fan saying, nah, he want less money to make the fight. And now you got another one saying, no, he want more money. And another one, Oscar is greedy. But the lawsuit don't got nothing to do with money. Why are you guys bringing up money if Virgil's not suing for more money? Virgil's not saying Oscar been robbing me for my money. In fact, there's video out there of Virgil specifically saying how happy he is that Virgil has got him all these career paydays. Oscar made him a superstar. Oscar has been great to him and his family. It's not about money. So what is the point of you saying, Oscar's greedy? Oscar's greedy. Virgil's not suing him for money or ever expressed that he got a problem with what he's being paid. The lawsuit has to do with a free agency that Virgil Ortiz wants to claim. That's why they're in federal court right now. There is nothing related to money that brought this case to federal court. What are we talking about? Javier Hernandez. It has everything about money. Virgil hurt that boy. Estás perdido y jodido. Oye, eso, ya yo vi que tú eres un pariguayo. Tú eres demasiado estúpido. You too stupid. I gotta get you out of here. Dummy. Not even a 24-hour break. He just stupid. He just stupid. So I gotta get him out of here. What a dummy. You see how unhinged he became when the facts come out? Unhinged. The real King George. Everyone who has wives or girlfriends should have made breakfast for your loved ones on Valentine's Day before the great show. Bam. Well, I couldn't do that, my brother, because my wife, she works at a bank and she had to go to work super early. But I got something planned for her when she get back home. Mr. Kale, it's not the money. It's Virgil and his team. But look, this is why it sounds like sometimes when you're a super fan, you just got to shut up. Just shut up and listen to everybody else. Because you start saying things that don't even make sense. The lawsuit is about Virgil Ortiz claiming that he's a free agent. He's not asking for more money. He's not saying that Oscar stole his money. He's not saying that Oscar's taking too much of his money. The lawsuit has nothing to do with money. So how exactly do you decide that it's about money when it has nothing to do with it? JJ's in the house in the building. Salute, family. Bam. One love, my brother. Danny on the ground, super fan. Yo, these super fans be wilding out. Sometimes you got to get them out of here. That was definitely That wasn't a super fan. That was a super dummy right there. Wes Dustin, I'm making coffee for this woman right now. Oh, that's right. That woman got you right. Gotta make that coffee for her. John Parra, morning wood been delivered, so the gift was successful. Oh, bam. Side, logic goes out the window when you're a super fan. That's 100% right. Logics and facts go out the window when you're a super fan. You just focus on fighting for your guy no matter what. And then you look goofy as hell because even when presented with evidence, JJ said, "Just get him the fuck out of here." We got to do it. That was a dummy. We didn't have time for that dummy. Even when presented with facts. Look, I'm going to show you the facts once again, my peoples. The Virgil Ortiz versus Jerome Boots Ennis fight is officially on hold after a federal judge granted Golden Boy Promotions a temporary restraining order. This is the most important part. The court battle centers on whether Ortiz became a free agent when Golden Boy's DAZN deal expired on December 31st. So basically, Oscar is saying, fight Boots. And Virgil is saying, I'm a free agent. I'm not fighting him. I'm out of my contract because I'm supposed to be a free agent. So this is all going to boil down to one thing, my people. It's very simple. I'm not a lawyer. I know a little bit about law. And I'm going to tell you what it's going to boil down to. The judge, they're going to review the Golden Boy and Virgil Ortiz contract. That's going to be reviewed. And you know what's going to end up happening? They're going to find in that contract somewhere where it says all of your fights will be on DAZN. And Virgil Ortiz is going to be able to either prove that they trying to make him fight in another network, which he did not agree to, and then that could lead into him being able to exit his contract. But Oscar De La Hoya is still working with Golden Boy. With DAZN. His fighters are still fighting on DAZN. So if he's going to be able to prove the contract expired with DAZN, but we re-up, we still fighting on DAZN, he's going to fight on DAZN. Virgil's not going to be able to get out of his contract. I promise you. He won't be able to get out. So if he's not able to get out and the fight gets made with Boots, who made the fight happen? When everybody, all these people that go and say, nah, Oscar don't want the fight to happen. Oscar don't want to make the fight. Virgil wanted. If Oscar De La Hoya is trying to make the fight, Virgil Ortiz trying to leave his contract and become a free agent, if he's not able to leave the contract and he's forced into the fight, who you think made the fight happen? Who made it happen? It's easy to see. Somebody don't want it, somebody want it. Right? Look, just by looking at what the court case is about, you can see who want to make the fight and who don't want to make it. Oscar want to make the fight. Virgil say, nah, I'm a free agent. I'm not fighting who you want me to fight. That's simple. You can see that right there. Marie, I'm tired of this fight. One day I see the fight is going to happen. The next day, you read it won't happen. Every day they say something about it. Weird. So that's because they're in court because of it. Virgil does not want this fight. John Parham, I'm getting some red velvet cakes, eggs, potatoes, and turkey sausages delivered for the girl for Valentine's breakfast. That's fire, bro. Ooh, that is fire. Take care of your boo. Jay is in the house. I know about the law. Don't break it, guys. Yeah, don't break the law. It catches up badly. Marie Oscar, Jay is in the house. Let's go. More likes for Jay Smith on Valentine's Day. No Diddy, but hit that like button. Marie, Jay is right because Virgil can take this fight and try to go out of his contract. Why exactly now? You see, and that's the point, that he's trying to leave the contract, and look what his base is to leave the contract. It's not that he's not getting paid enough. He's not alleging that Oscar didn't pay him for a fight or that Oscar been robbing him. He's simply saying, I'm a free agent because the zone contract expired. So I'm a free agent. But my G, you don't got a contract with the zone. You got a contract with Golden Boy. Your contract is with Golden Boy. It's not with the zone. You didn't sign with the zone. The zone is the network where your fights are broadcasted. But your contract is with Golden Boy. So Virgil's alleging, because Golden Boy said I would fight on the zone. Since the contract with the zone expired, I should be a free agent. I don't think that's going to go well for Virgil. I can tell you right now, unless the contract is explicit. Listen to this, my peoples. Unless the contract says when Golden Boy's contract with the zone expires, it's also going to expire with Virgil. If the contract don't say that, and I promise you it don't say that, he not going nowhere. He not getting that. Especially if Oscar is going to keep having his fights on the zone. You leaving because the zone deal expired, but you still fighting on the zone. Your last fight was on the zone. Your next fight, if it's with bouts, is going to be on the zone. What are you talking about, family? Plus, you ain't got a contract with the zone. You got a contract with Golden Boy. What are we doing? JJ said has 28 likes and only 28 people and only 28 likes. Golly, man. Yo, people love the ghost watching, man. Boxing for Breakfast is the most ghost watch show, period. The real King George. Just remember that your wife or girlfriend is the queen in the house. Well, Marie, treat your man like a king. Yo, listen. We have to treat our women like queens. We got to treat them. We got to put them on the pedestal that they deserve to be in. And if you notice, in most cases, men who are successful, they got a good woman backing them up. That's a good woman right there. I'm one of the lucky ones who got a good woman. A lot of the things that I do, like I'll give you an example, my peoples. You know why I'm able to start this show every single day at 6:30 a.m. Eastern time? You know why I could do this? Because my wife get up in the morning, she prepare my breakfast, she prepare my son breakfast, she give my son a shower, prepare him to go to school. And then, on some days, she takes him to school herself and then goes to work so I could do the show. If it wasn't because of my wife, I would not be able to do this show Mondays through Fridays. Or there will be multiple days of the week where I would just do the show for half an hour, 45 minutes, because I got to take my son to school. I got to prepare stuff. So I'm here 5 days a week because I got a good wife and she sacrificed her own time every morning to make sure that I could do this. So you best believe it. A lot of times, we lucky to have a good woman. We have to appreciate that. Marie, where I'm from, we don't celebrate Valentine because Valentine is every day for us. Not just one cold special day, which the real meaning is way different than you think. Well, to be honest, not getting, super deep into Valentine's Day and meaning and all that stuff. But in reality, it's a commercial day. It's a commercial day to sell us flowers for $100 for a goddamn rose. It's a commercial day to sell us some chocolate. All of that stuff is commercial. But it's okay. I find it okay to do a little something. We do a little something all the time. It's okay to do a little something just to be in the atmosphere, to be in the mood. I think it's okay to do that. It's just like the diamonds. Diamond is a woman's best friend. So we're obligated to buy the wife a diamond. In reality, that's a fraud. That's a fraud. There's stones that are more precious and more hard to find than diamonds. And that cost less money than diamonds. But now, if you get your wife one of those stones, they're going to be disappointed because society has already been brainwashed to believe that it has to be a diamond if you really love her. So there's really a lot of shit that's more commercial, and we kind of follow along with it because that's the reality. That's where the world is at. John Parham jewelry is sold more during Valentine's than Christmas. Valentine's Day, man, they sell a lot. I mean, roses. You don't buy roses. You could buy roses for your wife, for your girl, whatever. But people don't buy roses all the time. But you wouldn't even notice that the rose that you could buy for $10, the bouquet of roses that you buy for $10 on any given day, today is going to cost you $50, $60. So Valentine's Day, mostly I would say it's about selling products, about selling merchandise. And it got popularized into where most people get to participate. You don't realize that there's people who make millions of dollars today. They make money, but today they make a killing. The chocolate industry, the rose industry, the heart, the balloons, all that stuff, those industries make a shitload of money off of its Valentine's Day. But we digress, my peoples. Let's be honest. Because Virgil Ortiz, I've come to realize he got some real hardcore super fans that will never accept he's trying to duck bouts. But he's trying to duck them, my peoples. JJ Sendejas, St. Valentine's Day Massacre, Al Capone facts. That was a serious massacre. But I tell you what, now that you mention a massacre, Bouts would have massacred Virgil Ortiz. That would have been a St. Valentine's Day massacre if they fought each other. Marie, let's talk boxing. The real King George. If you're on a budget to go Walmart, get rings. My peoples. This fight is in the air right now. We don't know if it's going to happen. It may happen. It may not happen. And it's all clinging on whether or not Virgil Ortiz is going to be able to get out of his Golden Boy contract. That's it. If he's not getting out of that contract, then he's either going to have to fight Bouts or possibly be inactive. Oscar De La Hoya can literally put him in that position where, well, you don't want to fight Bouts? You're not fighting anybody, son. And I don't know when his contract with Golden Boy ends. It could be 1, 2 more years that he's on the contract. And if that's the case, he's cooked. He's cooked. They're going to put him in a situation where you're going to have to fight Bouts or you're not fighting at all. But when I show you, my peoples, when I'm showing you what the court case is about, you should see that it's a duck going on. Just look at the second paragraph. Read it and digest it. The court battles centers on whether Ortiz became a free agent when Golden Boy's DAZN deal expired on December 31st. Virgil Ortiz is trying to claim free agency. Only problem is, you don't got a contract with DAZN, bro. You got a contract with Golden Boy. Your contract is with Golden Boy, now with DAZN. Now, let me show you something so you can see. I have a contract. I'm a content creator, right? Let me show you my knowledge in a similar situation. I'm a content creator, right? Now, I create content for an American company, right? The people that I'm in touch with every day is in the U.S. They're in Texas, right? So they're the ones that I'm responding to. They're the ones telling me we need this, we need a video for this, we need a video for that, right? That's who I work with. But my contract is with a company here in the Dominican Republic. I signed a contract with a company here. Now, the company here does not tell me what I have to do. The company in the US is the one that make the requests, and I do what they ask me for. But my contract is with the company here. So what that means, if the company here stops doing business with the company in the US and they tell me, well, Jay, I want you to do something else, I can't tell them, well, since you're not doing business with the American company, I'm done here. I can't do that because my contract is with the company here. I don't have a contract with the American company. Virgil Ortiz does not have a contract with the zone. He didn't sign nothing with the zone. But he's saying, well, since Oscar De La Hoya with Golden Boy, since that contract expired with the zone, we're free agents. You don't got a contract with the zone. What makes you a free agent? You didn't sign that with the zone. Okay. The real King George. What I think is Virgil's confused about contract. Yes, the zone contract is expired. His contract is still active. No, bro. Look, he's not confused. You know why I'm telling you he's not confused? Because he never signed a contract with the zone. He didn't sit down with nobody from the zone and say, yo, yeah, we got a contract with y'all. He know his contract is with Golden Boy. What he's alleging is that he should be a free agent because when he signed with Golden Boy, they was fighting on the zone. Since the contract on the zone expired, he should be able to leave Golden Boy. But there's a big problem with that. Like I told y'all, he ain't got a contract with the zone. You don't got a contract with the zone. So the only way, I promise you, my peoples, the only way that he's going to be able to get out of his contract with Golden Boy is if his own contract guaranteed him that every single one of his fights is going to be on the zone. If his contract guaranteed him that, and Oscar is trying to make him fight in a different network, now you can get out of your contract. Because what was promised to you in your contract is now being broken. You see, that part I don't know. I don't know if he was promised that all of his fight will be broadcasted on the zone. And I don't know if Oscar's trying to make him fight in a different network. But where does Jerome Boots end his fight? He fight on the zone. He fight on the Eddie Hearn, right? So if Virgil Ortiz was to fight Boots, that fight will be on the zone. Why are you trying to become a free agent when they trying to get you to fight on the zone? That's why it doesn't even make no sense. Now, if you tell me that Oscar is trying to make him fight on Amazon Prime, then I say, okay, Virgil never agreed to fight on Amazon Prime, and that's why he's trying to get out. But Oscar De La Hoya is trying to make the Boots fight on the zone. So what is the whole concept of I'm a free agent, I don't got to keep fighting because the zone contract expired? But wait a minute, we trying to make the fight on the zone. What is you talking about? That's exactly where we trying to get your fight. So, plain and simple, my peoples. You got to see it. It's right in front of you. Virgil's trying to duck Boots. No matter what any super fans say, Virgil don't want to fight Boots. And he's trying to get out of that fight. And Oscar's trying to make it. Remember, a lot of people said during multiple episodes of Boxing for Breakfast that Oscar De La Hoya didn't want to make the fight. Now when you see the truth, can you really say Oscar's not trying to make the fight? When the only reason why the fight is on hold is because Virgil's trying to get out of his contract. That's the only reason. There's no other reason. Jay just said exactly, Jay Smith. Virgil's going to be sitting in a shelf if he doesn't win this lawsuit. He's cooked. Big boss. It's definitely a duck. It's 100% a duck, my G. That's why for the super fans who was yesterday saying that Virgil, it's about the money. He's trying to get less money so they can make the fight, but Oscar's overpricing them. And today somebody was saying, no, Virgil wants more money. The lawsuit got nothing to do with money. The lawsuit is about Virgil saying that he's a free agent because the contract between Golden Boy and DAZN expired. But you don't got a contract with DAZN. You got a contract with Golden Boy. And just like JJ Sende has said, and I've been saying it for days, if Virgil Ortiz does not successfully sue, because this is already in federal court, we're going to find out. If he doesn't successfully sue to get out of his contract with Golden Boy, his ass is cooked. Cooked. Because now, you either going to fight bouts or you're going to be inactive. Oscar De La Hoya is going to put your ass on a shelf. Oh, you trying to leave? You're not trying to fight? Who we trying to get you to fight? Cool story. You ain't fighting at all now. You're a goofball. You're a duck. Now that they call your bluff, you don't want to fight? You want to leave your contract? Look, another way that you can see what a duck Virgil is right now. Bro, right before Jerome Boots Ennis fought the Lima guy, Virgil Ortiz and his team was calling him a duck and saying, yo, fight us. Like, you already know he's going to fight Lima. And you're like, yeah, we want to fight you. Why you didn't fight us? You scared. All of that shit. Now, Boots, call your bluff and say, let's fight. Climb the ring. Get in Virgil's face. I'll beat your ass. And now Virgil's suing to get out of his contract. What does that really mean? And to bring in another layer into this topic, let's just remind you that Boots was sparring with Canelo. And the rumors are that Boots beat the shit out of Canelo so bad in that sparring that they brought him into the training camp and only sparred with him that one time. No more sparring. Like, nah, we're not trying to get our ass beat by Boots. Spar one time, and that was it. They wasn't having it no more after the ass whooping that Boots gave. So Virgil Ortiz is trying to leave Golden Boy to go to Canelo Promotions. He got the same lawyer that got Canelo out of his contract with Golden Boy. So what do you think after Canelo getting his ass whooped by Boots in sparring? What do you think he's telling Virgil? What y'all think he's telling Virgil about fighting Boots? I could tell you. He's telling Virgil, yo, bro, beat the shit out of me. In sparring, what you think he's going to do to you? Don't fight him. He going to bring your stocks down after he whoop your ass. You better leave Golden Boy. I'm going to help you get the same lawyer that got me out my contract and come sign with me. And that's what Virgil Ortiz is doing. Right there. Big boss. He said he going to fight, but it's going to be all the way up there like 3 years ago. Come on, man. And recently, like, before Virgil Ortiz fought and beat up his last opponent, he said that he wanted to fight Boots. He wanted to fight him, but Boots is ducking him. And he's ready for Boots. And even after the fight, he was like, yeah, I'll fight him. Boots step in the ring. He looks scared to death. But think about it. If he got Canelo's lawyer, he's trying to get out of his contract. Boots beat the shit out Canelo in sparring. What you think Canelo's telling him? You think Canelo's telling him, yo, yeah, go fight Boots. You could beat him. Or Canelo's telling him, yo, if he beat the shit out of me, imagine what he gonna do to you, bro. That man gonna kill you. Forget that fight. Don't do it. Get out your contract. Find a way out. And it's like I told you before. Virgil Ortiz does not have a contract with the Zone. Yet he's suing because Golden Boy's contract expired with the Zone. But you don't got a contract with the Zone. You got a contract with Golden Boy. And it's Golden Boy trying to make the fight with Matchroom, and it would be on the Zone. You would fight on the Zone. So if you really feel like you could beat Boots, why you don't want to fight him? Why you trying to become a free agent and leave to another promotional company that's not going to force you to fight Boots? Let that sizzle in your spirit, my peoples. Big Boss, you're not ready. It's what he told him. I don't think he told him you're not ready, bro. I think he told him, yo, that man going to beat the shit out of you. That's what I think he told him. That man going to beat the shit out of you, bro. You need to get the hell out of there. ASAP. ASAP. Find your way out of Golden Boy. Yo, think about it. Right now, Virgil Ortiz got Canelo's lawyer trying to get him out the contract. He got Canelo's lawyer. And Canelo already stepped in the ring with Boots. He know what Boots is about. He told him that man gonna beat the shit out you, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Canelo, because you know Canelo close with that team, with Robert Garcia and all of them. He told the team, bro, Boots beat the shit out of me sparring. What you think he gonna do to him? What you think he gonna do to him? Here, let me get y'all my lawyer, call him up, and he gonna try to get you out that contract. So the fight with Virgil Ortiz, look. You guys know I never cap. I don't make stuff up out of thin air. I'm showing you. I'm reading both paragraphs for y'all. The Virgil Ortiz versus Jerome Boots and his fight is officially on hold after a federal judge granted Golden Boy Promotions a temporary restraining order. They granted Golden Boy Promotions that order. The court battle centers on whether Ortiz became a free agent when Golden Boy's The Zone deal expired on December 31st. It's Virgil Ortiz trying to leave his contract, my peoples. And a federal judge said, no, you can't leave your contract, but we can't make the fight while this battle's going on. They're going to have to make a decision. And if Virgil Ortiz can't leave his contract, because he don't got a contract with the Zone anyways, he got a contract with Golden Boy. If he cannot leave his contract, you're going to have to fight Boots. Or your ass going to go on a shelf and be inactive for I don't know how long, because Oscar De La Hoya could leave him inactive for the rest of the contract he got with Golden Boy. Imagine that shit. If his contract with Golden Boy ends in December of 2027, that's almost 2 years from now. De La Hoya can say, fight Boots, or you're going to stay inactive. We're putting you on a shelf. You're going to be inactive for almost 2 years for ducking this fight. So you either don't fight for 2 years, don't make no money. You got a family to feed. You don't want to fight, cool. Don't fight. Or you can fight Boots. However you want to do it. John Parham, better play it safe. The real King George, Canelo wants to have a super team. Marie, it's obvious, bro. When I heard Virgil saying after the fight that he really wants to fight the dream fight with Arrow, that told me enough about his whole situation he got with Oscar. Listen, the moment they faced off and I saw the energy that Virgil was giving off, I'm like, he don't want to fight Boots. The next day, my people, I want you to know this. The next day, in the next day's episode of Boxing for Breakfast, I told you guys this. Yo, Virgil don't look like he want to make this fight. And look, when I said Virgil didn't want to make this fight, he still had not sued Golden Boy. He was not trying to get out of his contract. None of that. And I already said, yo, he don't want to make this fight. Oscar want to make this fight. Virgil don't want to make it. And a lot of people, especially the Virgil super fans, jumped on me. Nah, you crazy. Virgil want to fight. Virgil want to fight. It's Oscar that don't really want to make the fight. Oscar's chasing clout. You still think Oscar chasing clout when they in court over this fight? When this fight is only on hold because Virgil trying to leave his contract? Let's not try to float a narrative that is straight up fake. Let's at least look at the reality. The only reason why this fight is not getting made right now is because Virgil is trying to get out of his contract. That's it. And what Virgil's using to get out of his contract is that Golden Boy and the Zone, their contract expired on January 31st. But Virgil doesn't have a contract with the Zone. He didn't sit down with the Zone and sign anything. Golden Boy is the one who has a contract with Virgil. That contract is active. He trying to get out. Why wasn't he trying to get out before Oscar was trying to make him fight Boots? Look, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show y'all something, my people. So y'all can see how it really be. Watch this. I love going with the... That's what I love about facts. Watch this. Virgil Ortiz fought Erickson Lubin on November 25th. He knew when he fought Lubin that the DAZN contract was going to expire the following month. He knew that. Yet, he still did his best to act like he wanted to fight Boots. When Boots climbed the ring, even though he looked scared to death, even though he looked shook, even though Boots looked like Debo trying to take his bicycle, Virgil was over there like, nah, yeah, we can make it happen. But you guys started talking first. We were just retaliating. But he knew that that contract was going to expire. And look, now he's trying to get out of his contract with Golden Boy. Why in November, to be exact, in November 25th, why a month before the DAZN contract expired, he was trying to act like he ready to fight Boots? Why when Boots was going to fight Lima, Virgil was saying that they duck him and that he wanted that fight? So Boots was ducking you, but now when he called your bluff, you trying to leave your whole Golden Boy contract? When you still under contract with Golden Boy? Come on, my peoples. Virgil's a warrior, tough kid, top level fighter. He's scared to death of Jerron Boots Ennis. Scared to death. Frank Rice. Man, Ortiz ain't want that smiggly smoke. He know he don't want that smiggly smoke because Boots was going to give him the squiggly wiggly. He know Boots was going to beat the shit out of him. And that's why now he trying to leave his contract. Scared to death. I'm just calling it how I see it, my peoples. That's the difference between a super fan and somebody who's just looking at the situation as is. A super fan want to defend no matter what. Defend, defend, defend. Yesterday we had somebody saying that Virgil leaving Golden Boy because he want to fight Boots so badly. I'm telling you, giving him that squiggly wiggly, bro. Daniel the Grand called his bluff. Virgil went from, we want to fight, he's ducking us, to, you was talking first. We was just retaliating. My dream fight is with Errol Spence. Listen, the moment he said that his dream fight was with Errol Spence, you should have known he ducking boots. I saw this shit coming a mile away. I like, damn, yo, his energy didn't seem right, man. Boots all in his face, telling him I'll beat your ass. Telling him, yo, forget who said what. What's up? What's good? My dream fight is Errol. Huh? And even the following day, I say, yo, when Virgil Ortiz started calling Errol name, yo, everybody in Golden Boy, everybody on the zone, everybody there must have been mad as hell with Virgil. Like, bro, what the F is you doing? We've been marinating this fight since y'all was at the welterweight division. We've been marinating this fight for years at this point. You guys gone back and forth on social media. Your team calling out Boots and saying he ducking. And when we finally get to this moment, you have the balls to call out another fighter name, a fighter who been inactive for 2.5 years. You scared to death. I seen it right there. Right there, I seen it. And I'm gonna get that video. I'm gonna get that video of the face-off and the presser, so that you can see the energy from Virgil Ortiz. Nothing about him. Nothing about him said that he won that fight. Everything was, he's scared to death. Come on now, the real King George. Now, let's get 100 likes. Bro, you see it, man. Over an hour, we don't even got 20. I'm breaking records with the ghost watching. My people, Shakur Stevenson and Ryan Garcia. This fight may happen. We may actually get this fight in 2026, y'all. Now, why is there a possibility? Ryan Garcia said, I'll fight you at a catch weight. And Shakur's like, bet, let's do it. So now you're seeing Shakur Stevenson and Ryan Garcia going back and forth about a potential fight. Of course, this all clings on Garcia beating Mario Barrios and becoming a world champion. If he does that, we might actually get Ryan versus Shakur later this year. The timing would be perfect because Shakur just fought and Ryan is going to fight now. So there's a possibility that it can happen. Will be comfort. You're saying the fight needs to be at 147, but I don't understand why you feel like it needs to be at 147. Ryan Garcia is saying, yo, we'll make it at 144, and Shakur's agreeing. So why would it need to be at 147? Think about it. What you're telling me right there, my brother, is that you don't like Shakur Stevenson. I already know you root against Shakur. You don't like Shakur. Why? The guy, bro, just moved up to 140 and made his debut at 140 versus Teofimo Lopez, which I'm pretty sure you had Teofimo beating him based on this comment too. He just moved up to 140, bro. Why wouldn't it not be reasonable for him to fight at a catch weight when he just moved up to 140? Because you don't like Shakur, will be. You don't like Shakur. You root against him and you want everything to be against him. Come on, bro. Jay is at 25 people in the building, only 14 likes. Come on, my peoples. Double tap that screen. Danny on the ground, that's a fact. I mean, come on, my peoples. We talking about a fighter who made his debut in the 140 division. For his very next fight, you don't feel like he could get a catch weight? That's crazy. You wanted to jump up one division for one fight and jump up another full division for his very next fight? That doesn't even make sense. Doesn't even make sense. It's not even reasonable. Not only is it not reasonable, Ryan Garcia is the one who said, Shakur, let's make it at 144. And Shakur was like, 144, bet, let's do it. Scrub. So, is Ryan Garcia saying I could beat your ass and we'll meet up at 144? And that goes to show you that Ryan understands, like, this guy just fought his first fight at 140. I'm not going to tell him come to 147 for your next fight. So Ryan Garcia, think about it, bro. Ryan Garcia is offering the catch weight. And you're like, nah, the fight needs to be at 147. Damn, bro. You want Shakur to be at a disadvantage that badly? Jay said that Shakur the real boogeyman. That's a fact. He is the boogeyman. Jay said that Shakur is getting that Crawford love. He's the boogeyman, bro. He really is. Wolby's comfort. Omaha owner. I love Shakur. I'm from Omaha. He's an adopted brother now. But as long as the belt is on the line, I'm cool with the catch weight. I mean, I don't know, but as long as the belt is on the line, if Ryan Garcia wins, the belt is going to be on the line, for sure. For sure, that belt is going to be on the line. Because Ryan Garcia is not going to fight, and it's not going to be a title defense. But that potential showdown is clinging on Ryan Garcia winning his next fight. Because if he loses, Shakur's not going to want to fight him next. He's not going to fight him coming off of a loss. No way. No way. Now, if it's Devin Haney, and Devin Haney said that the ship sailed on the Ryan Garcia fight, that he don't care about it no more. So my expectations was Ryan Garcia beat Mario Barrios. Devin Haney's going to say, yeah, come on, let's do a unification. That would be super anticipated. But Devin is saying the ship sailed on that fight. So that's what I'm saying. It's possible for Ryan to win and fight Shakur right after. It's a possibility. The real King George. If I was 5'4", 185, I wouldn't be afraid of a 6'5", 250. God damn. 6'5", 250? Shit. Tank Davis like 5'5", 180. Wolby's comfort, Omaha owner. Lying ass Ryan might come in at 160 or something. I don't want to support Ryan, to be honest, but he needs to be packed up. He's a drug cheat. So he says, and I think he produced paperwork, that he's on vital testing. If he's on vital testing, let's see. Let's see how it plays out. Right now, him and Mario Barrios are on vital testing. Let's see how it plays out. Can he win the fight? He got his ass whooped by Rollies. And he was in vital testing, got beat. Well, let's see. See, that's the thing. Ryan Garcia is coming off of a loss. Straight into another championship fight. Mauricio looked out for him. I want to see how this whole situation plays out. Is he going to win a title? And I'm going to be honest with you. I've always felt like Ryan was going to win a title at some point. Like he was going to become a world champion. Is it going to be now? If it is now, I really feel like Shakur Stevenson might be the next fight. Based on the interaction that they're having. The back and forth. And one thing about Ryan, and I know that you're saying that he's a drug cheat, he needs to be packed up, but I don't want to, for that one situation, label him a drug cheat, because then we have to label Canelo a drug cheat. There's a lot of people that got to be labeled a drug cheat. Canelo popped dirty. Ask her about that. Well, I'm not even going to start naming Eddie Reynoso's team members that popped dirty, because at some point, I feel like everybody over there popped dirty. Munguia popped dirty. Oh no, Munguia popped dirty, and then he unpopped. Subriel Matias popped dirty, and then he unpopped. This is the era where you could unpop dirty. I ain't never seen that shit before. Jay is in the house. I want Mario to win, but I think Ryan will win, but Shakur will beat both of them. To be honest, if Mario Barrios beats Ryan Garcia, I don't know that Shakur is going to be interested in fighting him. I don't know that Shakur is going to say, oh, let me go up and fight you. He'll fight Ryan because Ryan is that big of a star. And you know what that's going to mean for his own star power if he beats Ryan Garcia. But I don't know that he'll be interested in fighting Mario Barrios. John Parham, no win for Ryan, no Dev 2.0. Oh, no, that's over. But But John Parham, I was surprised to see Devin Haney say that the ship has sailed on the Ryan Garcia fight. He's acting like he don't care about it no more. He's not mentioning Ryan anymore. Like, his whole vocabulary, his whole demeanor about that fight changed already. Because we've all seen the video where Devin's saying, I want to get that. I need that fight. I need that get back. I'm getting that in blood. I'm getting that in the ring. But it's a whole different energy right now. You're talking about the ship has sailed, that Ryan Garcia wasn't doing VADA testing. Ryan Garcia came back, I guess, with some documents saying, no, we doing VADA testing. So that right, I was sure that that rematch would happen if Garcia beats Barrios. I'm not so sure right now. That's why I think that it could end up being Shakur Stevenson versus Ryan Garcia. The real King George, everyone has had problems. We need to just respect everyone, not bashing them. Wolby's comfort. He's going to beat Mario Barrios because he can't finish. His last few fights was draws. And Cinnamon Canelo was, and it's still definitely a drug cheat. John Parham. Ryan understand what he faces if he lose. Not happening. Boxing will pressure him to fight Ryan if he wins. So, look, man, Ryan Garcia knows that he's getting back-to-back title shots. Like, you lost to Rollies, and now you got another title shot. And I think there's a lot of pressure on him. Like, yo, you better win this fight. You're getting another shot at a title when so many people don't get that. So many people get a title shot, and then they get kicked all the way down to where they got to fight a bunch of times to get another opportunity. You're going right back to another title shot. So there's a certain level of pressure on him to get that W. And of course, Mauricio Sulaiman wants him to get that W. He's on your side. Jason has 21 people in the building, only 17 likes. Listen, bro, this morning people decided that they're not going to hit the like button. We've been at it for almost an hour and a half. It's nothing we could do about it. They already made the decision. We ghost watching today. So right there you see Shakur Stevenson. He's saying it straight up. At 140, is it 140? Yep, 144. Around 144, let's get it. So just remember, Ryan Garcia offered the catch weight. He's the one offering it. And Shakur Stevenson is like, let's get it. Let's get it. That's why I believe Noah Jimenez, salute family. That's why I believe this fight can very well get made, because one thing about Ryan, like him or not, he's already proved to us that he's about that smoke. He's proved it to us. Look at the resume. Look at the people he's been fighting. And look at the people he wants to fight. Ryan Garcia is about that smoke. That's it. Remember the narrative when he got out of the fight with Fortuna? He pulled out of the fight with Fortuna. And people was like, nah, Ryan's scared. He's scared. He's scared of the guys that could hit. He's scared of this. He's scared of that. That's it. That's it right there. So you have to understand, Ryan Garcia, like him or not, he really been about that smoke. And I have a feeling he's going to continue to be about that smoke. Continue to fight guys at the top, at the highest levels. You got to respect that about him. Now, if he beats Mario Barrios, that's going to be a real good win. He's going to become a legitimate champion, not an email champ. And then we could potentially get Shakur Stevenson versus Ryan Garcia. Ryan really feels like he can beat Shakur. By the way, they fought in the amateurs. Okay? Ryan Garcia and Shakur Stevenson fought in the amateurs. And Ryan says that he got robbed in that fight. He says that he really beat Shakur, but they robbed him. If I'm not mistaken, they only fought once in the amateurs. And Shakur beat him. But, you know, that's irrelevant for the pros. It doesn't matter what happened in the amateurs. I want to see them fight in the pros. I didn't think we were going to get this fight, my peoples. This is a fight that I just didn't see happening. But now, Shakur Stevenson beat Teofimo Lopez. His stats skyrocketed. So now Ryan Garcia is like, let's make this fight. We can make it. We can make this fight. Will be. Ryan has nowhere else to go. Everyone of his peers is ready for him. With Ryan being the bigger social media name, he's going to bring eyes to the sport. So he's going to get more title shots. Well, I have to agree with you. You know, when you're a big star, when you're a bigger star, it's easier to put you in a position for a title shot. You don't even have to earn it, because he didn't earn the fight with Mario Barrios. He didn't earn it. That was given to him. But he's a big star. He's going to bring in the, he's going to get Mario Barrios a career payday. He's going to bring, the arena's going to be sold out. The numbers is going to be crazy. Ryan Garcia is one of the biggest stars in boxing. That's just the reality. So he's not just a bigger social media name. He's one of the biggest stars in boxing. Period. So a lot of people want to step in the ring with him. But I'm going to point this out. In the past, Ryan Garcia never expressed no interest in fighting Shakur. His shit was like, Shakur's boring, Shakur this, Shakur. Like, he was using, I would say, sneak duck language. A lot of people, I don't want to fight Shakur. Now that Shakur's stock skyrocketed and you're going to make a big payday fighting him, now a lot of people calling for Shakur. Now a lot of people want to fight him. They're interested now. They wasn't interested before he beat Teofimo Lopez, but they understand now he represents a big payday. Remember, Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo, they both got $10 million for that fight. And Shakur made it look easy. The price is up. For Shakur Stevenson, yesterday's price is not today's price. He's going to start making more money, and his opponents, some of them are going to be getting career paydays to fight him. The real King George. Now, I disagree on that. He's a true boxer. Then Jake Paul is. Who are we talking about? Who's a true boxer? Who is a true boxer? Frank Rice. Stevenson was so good, his fights were boring. You see, that's the thing. His fights are not boring. It's just, let me give you an example. Let me tell you why to some people his fights is boring. Watch this. I'm going to give you the best explanation of why his fights is boring. So think about this, Frank Rice. What is your favorite basketball team? Or your favorite baseball team? Tell me a team in sports that is your favorite team. Jay isn't that. Shakur's like Jefferson's. He's moving on up. Fast too, bro. The real King George. Ryan Garcia is. Ryan Garcia is a boxer. He's a real boxer. And I'm going to tell you, like, see, this is what you have to consider with Ryan Garcia. This guy won national championships as an amateur. I box as an amateur, my G. If you ain't elite, you're not winning national tournaments. You're not. You're not. So Ryan Garcia has that amateur pedigree. Yeah, he's a social media star, but Ryan Garcia has amateur pedigree behind him. And after having a highly successful amateur career, he turned professional and he's had a successful career. Look who he lost to. It's not like he's losing a bumps. Ryan Garcia's a boxer, bro. Frank Rice is blood and pumpkin heads that made Shakur popular to the casuals. Frank Rice, Warriors. Okay, so check this out, Frank Rice. I'm going to show you why Shakur is seen as boring. Your favorite team is the Warriors, right? Now try to imagine if you go to the game, you showed up to the game, right, to a Warriors game at home, and in the third quarter, the Warriors is losing to the Knicks, 80-44. Getting their ass kicked 80-44 by the third quarter. You know it's over for the ass. Do you think everybody that's a Warrior fan is going to stay on the stands and watch the whole game? Or there's going to be people that's just going to get up and get out of it. Be like, nah, man, F this game. I'm out of here. Think about it. Bro, by the end of the fourth quarters, the stands is going to be empty. If the game is over there at the Warriors venue, I think it's Oracle. I think the venue is Oracle. If you're rooting for them to win, that game is going to be boring as hell for you, bro. You're going to, yeah, I'm out of here. My team getting their ass kicked. But you think Knicks fans is going to leave? Think about it, Frank Rice. Knicks fans is going to stay there for every second of that ass whooping. And they're going to savor every slam dunk, every three-pointer, every crossover. Oh, he got him. They're going to enjoy the shit out of that game, bro. So look at the difference. To Warriors fan, that was the most boring game ever. To Knicks fans, that game was crazy. We killed them. You see? That's the point. People rooting against Shakur, when he is making it look easy against their guy, he's boring. It's a boring fight to watch. It's not playing out the way you wanted it to. He's not getting his hand punched in. He's not getting dropped like people want to see him get dropped. So it's a boring fight. Ronaldo, salute family, bam. Gay Rivera, bam, salute family. Frank Rice, yeah, he made it look easy. That's why I asked you, about team sports so you can see where I'm going with it. If your team getting their ass whooped in their venue, there's going to be those fans that are going to stay and deal with that ass whooping for the whole game. But there's going to be a lot of fans that's going to get up and leave. They're not even going to finish watching the game. And that's not in basketball. That's in baseball. That's in football. That's in any sport. If the hometown team is getting blown out, fans leave. And fans be quiet, watching the game quietly, while the other team killing you. Fans watching that shit quiet as hell. And then they leave early. Because it's not playing out the way you wanted it to, so it's boring. Oh, man, my team getting killed. I'm out of here. But the people that their team is winning by 40, they stay and watch the whole game. They enjoying that ass whooping. So if you want to see Shakur get beat up, if you want to see Shakur lose, of course it's going to be boring to watch him do his thing. He beating your guy ass. He making your guy look easy. Look at Shakur versus Teofimo Lopez, how that fight played out. There's people saying that fight was boring. God damn, that fight was boring too? No matter what, they're going to find Shakur Stevenson. That's going to be the narrative that they want to put on Shakur Stevenson because he's making it look easy. Kareem, Shakur's fight against Teofimo was more entertaining because he landed some powerful shots and stayed in the pocket more. But wait a minute, Kareem, because he did that with William Zepeda. He did that with William Zepeda. Not only that, I refer you to Oscar Valdez. Shakur beat the shit out of Oscar Valdez. I refer you to Jamel Herring. Shakur beat the shit out of Jamel Herring and stopped him. But when people want to float the fake narrative that he's boring, all they talk about is the De Los Santos fight. Like he's only fought De Los Santos in his whole career. That's been the only fight in his career where he had that type of punch output. But people will cling on to that one fight for dear life. Look at De Los Santos. Look at De Los Santos. Yo, Shakur already had multiple fights after De Los Santos, and none of them played out that way. Why people waiting for him to fight like that in every fight? Ronaldo, your show difference because just don't talk. You listen and you talk. I respect what you're doing, for real. And not what you're talking about. Much respect for you, big bro. I appreciate you, family. Appreciate that. When I get those comments from boxing fans, I really appreciate it because you guys are in tune. You guys know what's going on in the world of boxing. So salute, my brother. The real King George. Hey, Ronaldo. How's Messi doing? Frank Rice. Shakur murdered Valdez. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. You're always going to see, and that's how I know the people that just simply don't like Shakur. They're always going to try to float that narrative that he's boring, and they're always going to bring up Oscar Valdez. They're always going to bring up De Los Santos. Look at De Los Santos. Look what happened with De Los Santos. My G, that fight was years ago. Do you realize how many fights Shakur has had after De Los Santos, and none of them have played out that way? Why are you still floating that one around? You see the same way that they used Gamboa for Crawford's whole career? Gamboa wobbled him. Who, if Gamboa hurt him, imagine what Errol Spence gonna do to him. That really didn't help Errol, right? At all. If Gamboa wobbled him, imagine what Canelo's gonna do to him. That shit didn't really hurt Canelo. What happened 100 divisions down 100 years ago was not gonna help Canelo. So think about it. Terence Crawford's last fight was versus Canelo Alvarez. And they were still bringing up Gamboa wobbling him over 10 years ago. Brought Gamboa for his whole career. So that's what they're going to do to Shakur. They're going to bring De Los Santos, for his whole career. No matter who he beat, no matter how much time he stand right there with him, bang, 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 and bang it out, they're still going to bring up De Los Santos to try to say he's boring. Just like they brought up Gamboa to say that Crawford was chinny. For his whole career. Now, he chinny because Gamboa wobbled him. Now, think about it. Terence Crawford is one of the few world champions in boxing to never be dropped in his whole career. It's not that many like that. Most people visit the canvas one way or another. Terence Crawford never got dropped in his whole career. But he's chinny because somebody wobbled him at 135 10 years ago, so Canelo's going to beat him up. Did that help Canelo? No. And it's the same thing. The hate for Shakur is similar to the hate for Terence Crawford. So they're going to bring up De Los Santos for the rest of his career. Frank Rice, casual said same about Floyd. Bro, everything that they say about Shakur now, they said it about Floyd Mayweather. They said that he was boring, that he don't have no power, that he runs too much, that he doesn't engage. Everything, every little thing that they have said about Shakur, they said it about Floyd. And how did that play out? Floyd becoming arguably the greatest fighter of all time, the face of boxing, the most famous boxer ever, the most paid boxer ever. When I saw that people act with Shakur the same way that they acted with Floyd, that's what told me that he was going to become the face of boxing. That's what told me that he was going to be the guy. Right there. They act with him the same way they acted with Floyd. LB Marshall. Que lo que, tigre? Bam! Salute to Box Center. Boxing for breakfast. Jay Smith. Shakur's the truth. Haters gonna never stop hating. That's a fact. They never gonna stop the hate. And the thing is, that hate is part of what popularizes Shakur Stevenson to that level. Because people will now watch in the hope that he loses. People want to see him lose. People want to see him get dropped. People want to see him get caught with some big shots. And they watching, hoping it happens. Morales Resto. Bam, salute, brother. Mind yours. He gave Gamboa his first loss, and Gamboa was pound for pound when Bud partied him up. The thing about that fight, if you notice, people used to, for Crawford's whole career, Gamboa wobbled him. But Gamboa wobbled him, Crawford is chinny. And people don't even mention the fact that right after Gamboa wobbled him, Crawford beat the shit out of him and stopped him. Gave him his first loss via brutal stoppage. Let that shit sizzle in your spirit, bro. John Parrow, on the way to 3,000. There you have it, my people's. Box Center is going to reach 3,000 subscribers. We're already at 2,700 and something. So we're on the way to 3,000, my peoples. And you know, that's just another benchmark. Eventually, we're going to get to 10,000, then 100,000, and then 1 million. You never know. We might be the first ones to get to 1 million. There's a lot of people that got hundreds to thousands, but I don't think there's no boxing channel with 1 million. We might be the first. Frank Rice, Gamboa was the man at one point. Bro, Gamboa was unbeatable. Gamboa was unbeatable, a special fighter. A special fighter. Until he ran into Terrence Crawford. And let me tell you something. Because that's what people don't like to see. Terrence Crawford is a very versatile fighter. He can use that footwork. He can use the distance on you, use the ring IQ. Or he could just go in there and bang it out with you. He chose to bang it out with Gamboa. He could have won in easier fashion. The fight would not have been as entertaining. But he could have used that footwork and dance circles around Gamboa, peppering him with shots. Pop, 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 pop. He could have did that. But the fight wasn't going to have all those highlights that it had. And it might have even gone the distance if he fought that style of boxing. So that's what you have to understand. Crawford is the type of fighter who has the versatility. Not just to go southpaw and orthodox, but also to use the footwork or bang it out with you. A lot of fighters don't have that. And let me give you an example of somebody who don't have that. Subriel Matias. What happened with Subriel Matias? When he was banging it out with Dalton Smith and he was getting beat to the punch. He was being outworked. He was being outboxed. He just kept doing what he know how to do. Go forward and keep fighting. And try to out-tough him. Got stopped. Brutally. Brutally. Why? When Subriel Matias got caught with those shots, pam, pam, and he got hurt. What he do? Come on. Boom, boom. Got flattened. Face down. Face first. You see, a fighter with great footwork would have got hurt. Pam, pam. Oh, shit. Would have went into the footwork and the jab. Hold on, I'm hurt. Let me recover. Footwork. Jab, jab, footwork. Clinch. Referee separators. Jab, footwork, footwork, footwork. Get hit, clinch. The great fighters who got great footwork, they got what it takes to kill 30 seconds on the clock. To kill a minute on the clock. To kill 2 minutes on the clock. To kill all the time on the clock on this round so I don't get hit like that again. Subriel Matias didn't have that. When he got hurt, he just stood right there and got knocked out. John Parent, haven't seen any over 250K. I think Blue Blood Sports TV got over 250. I think he got over 300. I think he got over 300,000. And this guy too, Showbiz the Entertainer. Matter of fact, I don't know where Showbiz. Let me see right now. Showbiz got a lot of subscribers. Showbiz the adult. Or not, Showbiz got 367,000. 367,000. I got 2,700. Long way to go. Long way to go, but I'm catching them. The Real King George. Social media trolls will get everyone down. It will make you stronger. Gotta stay positive through the process. That's a fact. That's a fact. 100%. My peoples. My peoples. Let's segue into this one right here. Bam! Check that out, y'all. David Benavidez, you guys know he's fighting Zurdo next. He says after Zurdo, he want to fight Bivol and Beterbiev. So we talking about the Jai Opetaia fight. But this the smoke Benavidez wants. And he already said, he's already stated that the fight with Jai Opetaia is going to happen sooner or later. It is going to happen. But he wants these guys. I expect them, you know, I'm just being honest with y'all. I expect David Benavidez to beat the crap out of Zurdo. Just because Zurdo, he's been looking super slow lately, like real slow. You hit hard, but you slow, bro. Benavidez with that volume punching, with them combinations, I see him just destroying Zurdo. And I've been wanting to see David Benavidez fight Dimitri Bivol. I wanted to see that fight badly. When Bivol and Beterbiev fought, that rematch, and Bivol won, and Benavidez was his mandatory, oh man, I thought we was going to get that fight. Because we know Bivol is about that smoke. Bivol went into surgery, vacated a title, I think, and they couldn't fight each other. After Zurdo get pummeled by Benavidez, I think the Mexican Monster is going to go after Dimitri Bivol. And I think that's a fight that we're all going to get behind, because everybody know how good Bivol is. Bivol is going to be David Benavidez's toughest opponent because of the skill set. You see, a guy like Benavidez, you're not going to out-tough him. Beterbiev is going to give him a good fight because he's a tough fighter. But Bivol is going to give him a better fight. If he fight both of them, the Bivol fight is going to be tougher. Why? Fighters like Benavidez, if they get beat by a boxer. They get beat by somebody that's going to use that footwork effectively, make them chase, counter them effectively, and they have the stamina to move for the entire 12 rounds. You're not going to out-tough him. You're not going to outgun him. Benavidez is a guy that could let the hands fly for 12 rounds. That's why I'm telling you, Beterbiev, he's going to get cooked. You're not, Benavidez is a fighter that you're going to have to box him to beat him. Simple as that. You're going to have that footwork. You're going to have them skills to be able to step away and close the gap and counterpunch him and give him angles. Beterbiev is not going to do that. Beterbiev is a flat-footed fighter that's going to come forward, boom, 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 and outgun you, out-tough you. You're not going to out-tough the Mexican Monster. Beterbiev like 40 years old. If I'm not mistaken, he's 40 already. Benavidez is going to cook him. But there you have it right there. David Benavidez is going to fight Zurdo. I expect him to put the beats on Zurdo. And Zurdo can make it interesting, I think, the first few rounds while Benavidez is trying to figure him out. But once Benavidez start landing them combinations, I expect him to pummel Zurdo, potentially even stop him. Now, it's hard. You guys know that Mexican fighters, when they're younger, they're very hard to stop. So it's going to be hard to stop him. But if anybody can stop him, it's David Benavidez. So it's going to be a good fight. The Lunatic Librarian. Bam! My peoples, have y'all noticed the Hydra grind is nowhere to be seen? He must have ghost watched. He must have showed up like, damn, Jay's going to cook me for that goofy shit I said yesterday. I'm out of here. So, the Lunatic Librarian, Benavidez versus Beterbiev. I think Benavidez cooks Beterbiev easier than he does Bivol. Because Beterbiev is going to be flat-footed, is going to be standing right in front of him. And you're not going to out-tough the Mexican Monster. Bivol, on the other hand, is going to use that footwork. He's going to use those angles. He's going to move. He's going to make it difficult for David Benavidez to operate. And Bivol has the stamina to do it for 12 rounds. So he's never going to stay in front of Benavidez for too long to where they're going to be teeing off on him. It's a good fight, my peoples. It's a very, very good fight. My expectations are that Benavidez is gonna absolutely cook Zurdo, and hopefully he can get Bivol next, because I would love to see that fight. John Parham, Jay, what do you think about blessing Lunatic? It's overdue. John Parham says the Lunatic Librarian needs to get blessed. Then say no more, John. That's it. Lunatic Librarian. Welcome to the family, bro. Bam. Hell yeah. My peoples, I'm about to end this Saturday morning episode of Boxing for Breakfast. I want to give a shout out to everybody who tuned in this morning. Y'all already know what it is. We love the sweet science. That's what this is about. Appreciate everybody who hit the like button. Appreciate everybody who decided to ghost watch. Fuck it. I appreciate y'all too. My peoples. One love to everybody who tuned in. John Parent was in the building. JJ Sendejas was in the building. The Lunatic Librarian. King George. Salute family. Frank Rice was in the building. Kareem Willis. Morales was up in here. Mine Yours was up in the building. LB Marshall, salute family. Marie De Bruyne, salute. Ronaldo Miranda, salute. And everybody else who tuned in, man. One love to everybody. Y'all already know what it is, man. This is Boxing for Breakfast. Jay Smith, I'm signing off. I'll see you guys on Monday morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern time. Y'all know what we're gonna do, man. We're gonna be talking boxing. I was waiting to see the Hydro grind, but he was hiding all morning. He probably ghost watch because he didn't want to get cooked. But we're gonna catch the Hydro grind on Monday. We're gonna bring this shit back up. I'm gonna see you guys on Monday morning, my peoples. One love. Bam! We out of here, y'all. Let's get it.